From the heart of Acadiana, David Begnaud presents the Undercurrent Awards, a celebration of the best of us.
Hello, Acadiana. It's been almost 25 years since I first said that out loud, and it feels so good to say it again right here where it all began for me. This is home. Many of you know how much I love telling Louisiana stories on a national stage, but we are about to celebrate something much closer to home. The wave makers among us. The everyday heroes who remind us what is best about who we are and where we come from. This special is brought to you by The Current, Lafayette's independent digital news outlet, and it's presented by the Glenormand Law Corporation, proud sponsors of those making a difference. Now, the people you're about to meet are creating real lasting impact. We're honoring 5 of our neighbors who are making waves in history, culture, education, and tools. Did you know that there's a tool library in Acadiana? Yeah, me neither. But up first, meet Erica Fox. Her story begins with a journey out west to chase her dreams.
'Cause I found out all I was doing was making it easy. Come on, y'all, for the Creole woman to get my man's love. Oh, yeah. You are here in Freetown, and this is the outside of Maison Creole de Freetown, which is our African American History Museum. This house itself was built in about 1910. This space, this place, is a loving, alive building that tells stories.
So you left town to go to college in California, right?
I did.
What did you study and do there?
So I basically went to school and pursued music all at the same time. And that was really my goal, to pursue music.
You're living in California, your dad gets sick, you move back here. And then how does it become this, your role in this?
My father had early onset dementia. I took my 2-year-old and came down and helped my mom because she was still working full time. Having watched someone lose their memory over time is heartbreaking. And so to be able to help people remember good times and to have a space that celebrates legacy is important.
Erica Fox is a storyteller, and stories are how we understand the world around us. It's how we connect with our neighbors. It's how we fall in love with our hometowns. We selected Erica because she's doing more than just telling a story, she's living the story. This is a building that's over 100 years old. Lafayette mayors have lived here. It's been an old folks' home. It's lived 40 different lives, and yet it's just sat on this corner until Erica picked it up and gave it new life.
The home sits in the area of Lafayette known as Freetown.
Right.
How do you describe Freetown to people?
Well, it's had many lives as well and has transitioned, but I do have a connection to the neighborhood because of my grandfather and my mom. She actually lived in this neighborhood, so I would always hear stories about Freetown because of her and my grandfather, who was, he worked for the railroad, and the railroad runs through Freetown. So anyway, continued being a DJ.
You can hear the train. I don't want to pause
because that's history right there.
That's the sound of history.
That's every time I hear it, I say, "Hey, Grandpa."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that history?
So after there was no slavery and there was no working of plantations, Governor Mouton pushed very hard for the railroad to be built here.
The reality is, this house sits on the back of a plantation.
Correct.
Right?
And you can't tell the story without mentioning it. Many of the people that live in this neighborhood are descendants of those original Africans that worked the land, whether they know it or not. So to be able to kind of say out loud that while we're still here, it's beautiful. So this is our Hall of Echoes inside the museum. This echoes back to the history of this particular neighborhood, the significance of what was here, and hopefully it'll echo forward into the future as well.
So this caught my eye where it says, you know, from the Hall of Echoes, they deserve to be remembered not only for what they suffered, but for what they created, protected, and then passed on.
Correct. Because we were losing some of the older members in our community, we started a storytelling project within the neighborhood and would go knock on people's porches and just sit and ask them about themselves and just record them. So now we have over 400 stories and they're archived in the Library of Congress. So it's Overwhelming again. That's why I said I could never plan out the things that have happened here, because God always goes above and beyond what I can imagine. And now we've got a living narrative, oral archive here that people can listen to those stories in perpetuity.
What's your vision and dream for this space?
I want this place to be filled. I want people to come and learn about one another, to connect. Irrespective of color or language or whatever, like, everybody is human here. So come be human. Come meet a cousin that you never knew you had. Museums have such like it's a dinosaur or a dying thing, and I want people to know that this is a active and alive
place. It's a very living, breathing
It's a cultural
place.
space
Yeah,
more
cultural
so.
So there's history that is talked about here. There's music that is played here. There's
Stories.
arts that is shared here.
Yep, all of it.
Is it doing what you dreamed of?
It's doing more than I dreamed of. This was not on my 10-year plan at all. But I feel compelled to do this work. As I mentioned, the house called me and I'm answering the call.
And I can't tell my story without y'all. Because my story is you. So thank you. Love y'all.
Cannot beat that Acadiana music. Cajun, Zydeco, and a little bit later in the show, you're going to meet the man who brought a Latin flavor to town. But first, we're taking a trip to the Toole Library to meet the women behind it.
Lafayette, our beautiful melting pot. Cajuns, Creoles, and so much more. A community that cares, that greets strangers with a smile and maybe a home-cooked meal. We come together to celebrate, and we stand together when times are hard. At Glen Armentor, we've stood with injured people in Acadiana since 1977. An injury can be devastating, but you don't have to deal with it alone. The Glen Armentor Law Corporation, we help injured people.
To the radiant couple standing on the threshold of forever, write your story at City Club at River Ranch, where dreams of the perfect wedding come alive. Our picturesque town square offers the perfect outdoor ceremony where you exchange vows in a setting as beautiful as your love. Elegant, timeless, and unforgettable. Welcome to City Club at River Ranch, where your forever begins.
Growing up in Acadiana, Glen Armentor saw the impact of people's generosity. He succeeded because of the help of people who had no reason to care about him. It inspired him to focus on helping people. Over the years, he's surrounded himself with skilled, local attorneys that feel the same way. This firm's grown a lot since Glenn started it in 1977, but the goal is the same. The Glen Armentor Law Corporation. We help injured people.
David Begnaud presents the Undercurrent Awards, brought to you by the Glen Armentor Law Corporation and The Current.
All right, so imagine this. It's Saturday, you're working at home, and you need that one special saw to get the job done. But you don't go to the hardware store to get it. You go down to Lafayette's Toole Library.
It is a library for tools. Anybody who is a resident of Lafayette can join, just like they would the library, and you can join for free and borrow tools for free.
How did this come about?
We wanted to help our community after some disaster rolled through during Hurricane Mora. And then we saw an opportunity come up with the 24-Hour Citizen Project that we could pitch this as an idea.
We very much feel like community is important, mutual aid is important. We have each other. That's all we really have in the world, right? And this is a way we can help take care of our community.
We selected Anna and Allison because what they're really doing with the Lafayette Tool Library is building community. Anna and Allison's philosophy, I think, very much aligns with what I think about when I think about Lafayette, when I think about Acadiana, which is that we want to make our neighbors feel welcome, we want to make our help approachable, and more than anything else, we want our neighbors to know that we care about them and we're there for them. This isn't just about tools, it's about trust, it's about access, it's about what neighbors can build together.
A lot of folks don't have storage for tools. They don't have money to buy tools. They could do repairs themselves, but can't purchase, like a $600 tool to go do it or several $50 tools to go do it. And so by having something like a tool library, it can really make repair accessible to a lot more people. We also hope to offer education so that people can learn the skills they need in order to do the repairs that they might not have, learn how to use the tools safely, things of that sort.
Tell me what a given day looks like on the side of the road with this.
Oh, yeah. So, we're open like 3 hours in the mornings on Saturdays, and we'll set up the trailer, and then people just come by all morning. We've really only been open less than a year, so folks are still definitely getting to know what we're about, coming and borrowing for the first time. We still have a lot of that.
We have a lot of regulars.
We do.
Well.
Really?
We do. We have a lot of regulars. We have a good number of people who will show up every week, every few weeks, turn in the tools they had, get some new ones. Just always working on a new project. It's cool.
Is it bad that when I heard about a tool library, I thought it'd be men?
I think so.
I feel like that's a pretty standard
stereotype.
Yeah.
But, to be fair, we don't know a whole ton about tools. We just are figuring it out as we go. And we pull in people who know a lot more than we do. Right now there's a core 5 of us, essentially, who keep this open on Saturday mornings.
What are the challenges you guys have experienced?
That is a challenge.
Manpower.
Manpower, yeah.
Space is a challenge, so which is why we're moving into a shipping container. Funding is a challenge. We're a whole nonprofit. We're volunteer-based, so we're not paying anybody at the moment. We're hoping to get more funding to be able to do that. Finding tools is not a challenge, though.
That's not a challenge.
Yeah. How did you get most of your tools?
About 90% of them have been donations from people. Yeah.
Okay.
We have everything, all of our tools organized in here. Everything's stored in this tiny little space.
Do you know how many tools you have?
Yeah.
Over 300.
It's over 300, but discrete tools is closer to 1,000.
Yeah, as you can see, this is why we're moving into a larger space. We're pretty packed in here.
This is more than about just tools. This is about a community that you all are trying to build.
Right.
Supporting each other, ensuring that our community has the resources we need to survive and thrive. I think a big part of our philosophy because of that is that we're approachable and accessible. A lot of tool libraries have fees. That's something we haven't done. We don't have membership fees. Even when we were making our logo, which you can see on that lovely sign right there, we wanted it to be somewhat feminine, so there are flowers in our logo, right? So that it feels soft. We're not scary. We're not expecting you to know everything when you come. We want everyone to feel welcome and safe when they come to the tool library, no matter what their level of experience is.
It's steadily building.
It is. Every week we have somebody new. The more we can grow, the more everyone in the community comes and supports us, the better of a chance we have of becoming sustainable long term.
From the women who aren't handy running a tool library to the non-artists bringing art to Acadiana schools when we come back.
When connection is needed most, Cox is there to help. When families depend on affordable internet, we support them. When students need the tools to succeed, we empower them. And when veterans need a company who serves them, they can count on Cox. Whenever and wherever it matters most, we'll be there.
When Glenn Armentor opened his doors in 1977, he put in long hours helping injured people in Acadiana. As word of his success spread, more and more people came looking for help. So he began building a team of skilled local attorneys who see this as more than a job. Helping injured people is their passion. It's how they've earned their clients' trust. If you're injured, trust the team at the Glenn Armentor Law Corporation. We help injured people.
David Begnaud presents the Undercurrent Awards, Brought to you by the Glen Armentor Law Corporation and The Current.
You know, I wasn't the kid that really got or appreciated the arts. But when I learned what Bree Sargent is doing with arts across Acadiana's public schools, I understood what I missed. I've heard that you are terrible at saying no.
Correct.
No to what?
I absolutely cannot say no if it would mean that more children have access to the arts. When students are learning through the arts, they're excited about it. It creates a space for students to be able to learn in a different way. And when students have that experience, they feel that same excitement and passion and joy, and it's contagious.
Because of Bree Sargent, hundreds of thousands of kids in Acadiana get arts education in their classroom. Kids who get arts education are more likely to show up to school. When they get to school, they're more likely to be engaged. If you've taken a class in Lafayette Parish in the last 25 years, your life has been meaningfully impacted by Bree Sargent, and maybe you don't know it. That's what Undercurrent is all about, is finding these heroes, finding these people who are doing the work, who are making the things that we take for granted happen.
You've been here for almost 25 years at the Acadiana Center for the Arts. When you started on this journey, what did your critics say?
They said there's not enough time for the arts. That's extra. That's something that's great. We're going to do that after school. And we said no. We're going to do it in the school because it isn't extra. It's part of the curriculum. This is part of the way that students learn, and these are the kinds of tools that teachers need in teaching. We build programs for public schools to fill gaps in arts and education opportunities for students. And that my job is to make sure that students in public schools around Acadiana have access to the arts.
And is it your belief that we can implement art into every subject?
Yes, it is my belief that the arts have a place everywhere. The people we work with are practicing professional artists in our communities who we give the tools to be able to teach. Our programs in public schools have really grown in a lot of art forms. You might use music and counting and rhythm to teach a math lesson. You might bring in visual arts into a science class and look at the study of light. So there's just so many ways to bring things together to make learning sort of come to life. And not only that, it builds engagement. Students are excited to learn this way, and it helps with retention. They don't just learn it and forget about it. They did something with it. So you can see all those dots of impact, but what I see are the places without dots that I envision an opportunity for more.
I mean, this shows that you're saturated in Lafayette, but there's work to be done almost everywhere else.
That's right. There are 200 schools in Acadiana, and we're at about 130, so we've still got a ways to go. We've still got work to do. People have begun to see the benefits of this. They're seeing why it works. They're seeing that it works. Administrators, superintendents, school board members, they're getting feedback from their communities, from their teachers, from parents saying, we want more of this.
How many students have come through this program in the past 25 years?
Last year, 45,000 students were impacted by this programs and about 2,600 teachers. We paid 80 teaching artists to work in these programs. Multiply that by 50 years and you've got a lot.
Hundreds of thousands of kids.
Hundreds of thousands. The goals are really to create well-rounded humans. They are
cultured humans.
Cultured humans who have an appreciation for the arts and an understanding. They look at different perspectives differently through someone else's eyes. I've always been a lover of the arts and appreciator of the arts. Just because I wasn't a maker, I've always been an avid audience member. You know, my predecessor always used to say, parents will not come in to watch a math test, but they will come in to watch a performance.
That's good.
The arts bring engagement in on so many levels, not just for students, but also bringing their families in to education. And that's the most exciting part, and that's why I do this.
There's Bree, using art to teach students how to be good people. And after the break, meet the local legend teaching us how to be better neighbors through Latin music in Lafayette.
Acadiana is known for its grit. Working hard is part of our culture. But when you're hurt on the job and can't work hard anymore, it affects your income, your family, and so much more. For nearly 50 years, the experts at Glen Armentor have helped injured people in Acadiana navigate a system that seems stacked against them. But we know that system. The Glen Armentor Law Corporation. We help injured people.
When connection is needed most, Cox is there to help. When families depend on affordable internet, we support them. When students need the tools to succeed, we empower them. And when veterans need a company who serves them, they can count on Cox. Whenever and wherever it matters most, we'll be there.
David Begnaud presents the Undercurrent Awards, brought to you by the Glen Armentor Law Corporation and The Current.
Lafayette's Latin Music Festival started as a fundraiser. But as the founder, Luis Mora, will tell you, it's not much of a moneymaker, but it has become a bridge builder and an act of faith.
That's my mother in here.
Who's that?
That's me. That's me growing up in Colombia.
At 85 years old, what does being an American mean to you?
Oh, it's a lot of pride in having to live here and being able to become who I am and accomplish what I have done. You know, it's the land of opportunity.
So you arrived in Lafayette in?
64.
In 64. Yeah. It's now 2025. Does this feel like home?
It still is, yes. I love this town. I think most of what I've done, and the reason I stay here is because I love Lafayette.
That same joie de vivre that we have in the French culture, there is a relatability with the Latin culture.
Yes.
Right?
We are a little more noisy and we like to party a little more, but you know.
We've got tons of festivals here, and they all celebrate French culture. Did you think that a Latin celebrating festival would do well?
Well, I was hoping that it would kind of bridge the understanding. We are trying to do some exchange of our ideas and our costumes and our way of living so we can all enjoy each other more.
Luis Mora is a bridge builder. This guy moves to Lafayette in the 1960s. He immediately becomes part of the broader community. In a lot of ways, his is just a Lafayette story, even though he grew up in Colombia. When I think about what his work does, what the Latin Cultural Association of Acadiana does, right, a lot of us might even think of the Latin Music Festival, right? All of that sort of obscures something I think much more potent, which is the community work that they do.
What are you most proud about?
The Latin Association is just a labor of love of too many people, a lot of people. We have donated, for instance, 40,000 pounds of food to Second Harvest, 20,000 to Catholic charities. We gave money to start the San Joseph Diner. We came here with the intentions of working and being part of the society. We wanted to be not separated, but being included. Now we have a problem with some people are so worried about going out that they stay in their houses and they are hungry. And so we gave food to two of the churches here in town, you know. We gave them probably about 5,000 pounds last week.
And so you, at 85 years old, are driving trucks that's going to pick up food to deliver it to groups that are helping to feed these people.
Amen.
Some of these people who need food.
Thanks to that guy up there.
You have a very deep faith.
I do.
Have you always?
Yes, you can't do nothing without God helping you, you know. I mean, he brought me here. I tried to live the right way and, be a good example.
How does it feel to be recognized with this award?
I'm very surprised and very undeserving, I guess, but thank you. Thank you to ACLA, who has given me the support and the moral and physical help to keep going.
You've helped hundreds of thousands of people through food, culture, housing, more. You're in your 80s. What keeps you going?
I'm still in love with the job. Nobody has kicking me out. I'm hoping that they said, hey, you're getting too old, retire,
On behalf of everyone here in Acadiana, thank you for your service.
Thank you so much. It's not me. It's just a lot of people. And the man upstairs who's always looking down.
Luis, you remind us that the best of Acadiana is our gift for celebrating each other. To Luis, Bree, Anna, Allison, and Erica, you are equal parts extraordinary and everyday. You are the best among us, and it is our honor to celebrate each of you with the 2025 Undercurrent Award. Our thanks again to the Current, the Glen Armentor Law Corporation, and the Community Foundation of Acadiana for making this special possible. I'm David Begnaud. On behalf of the team that put this together, thank you, Acadiana, and I'll see you on TV.